All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Budget Blinds of Blairsville. I'm Joey. Katie is still behind the camera. She's waving, even though you can't see her right now. So we want you guys to come on in here and check out our cellular shades, because that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you don't know where we are, we're right across the street from Mike's Seafood in the same big white building as the Mexican restaurant and Subway. So if you don't know how to use your GPS, at least drive around Blairsville till you find one of those billboards and you'll see us in that white building. All right, so cellular shades. They're also called honeycomb shades and duets. We typically refer to them as either honeycomb or cellular, though I myself often use cellular. The reason that they're called cellular shades is because they have a cell. The backs of these are always white. The front, we can do any color, as you see here. One of the nice things about a cellular shade is that it actually has, or provides, an additional layer of insulation to your windows. So not only is it going to stop those direct rays of light from coming in, it's also going to provide a heat and cold barrier. So super, super cool. Let's take a look at some of these. So this is called a top-down, bottom-up, and that is because we can have it fully closed like a normal shade, but we can also bring the top down here. You can see the cords here on either side, or we can bring them all the way up and we have our full view out through our window. We do have them in motorization. I'm going to show you an app for this a little bit later, but there we go. Thought I didn't push the button, but I did. There that one goes. We have these in a tri-light or sun up, sun down. It depends who's making them. Manufacturers will call the same shade different names, but they do the same type of thing. So similar to the top down, bottom up, what you see here is a sheer material on the top. That's going to add some privacy but give some softness to the room. Or you can bring it all the way up and have a light filtering shade or room darkening on the bottom if we want that. Up top here we have a corded loop shade. So for really tall windows, hard to reach windows, this is a fantastic option. This would have a hold down on it. We don't have it on ours. That way we can actually access the shade. But it would have a hold down on it that screws into the side of the trim, keep it nice and safe, and allows you to operate the shade for those hard to reach windows if you can't access them from the ground. A lot of times we have really tall windows and we wouldn't be able to push the shade all the way up to the top of the window. With a cellular shade, we want to be able to bring these guys all the way up once or twice, at least once or twice a month. What happens with the cellular shade? If you leave it in the down position for a month, 2 months at a time, what you'll find is that when you go finally to raise it up, it doesn't want to go on you. It doesn't want to raise up. Cellular shades have a memory to them, and they like to be used. That's one of the nice parts about these shades, is that they actually enjoy being used. They're not delicate to where you only can use them once or twice. We want to use them regularly. This is just the standard small cell cordless shade here. And we get into all the different options and what some of these things mean when we actually come out to do a consultation, or when you come in here to the showroom. Also, if any of you guys are watching, for all of our tens and tens of viewers out there, if you guys have any questions about any of the cellular shades, drop them in as we go along. Katie will wave her arms like this at me and then drop the phone because she's waving both of her hands, and will let me know what your questions are. This guy right here, Katie, come on in close here. Let's take a look at this little handle here. This is called a cordless lift and lock. That's because, boom, you push that handle, you raise it up, and you release, and it stays exactly where you put it. These guys can stay down for longer because it's a different mechanism. And we do quite a few of those. Those are a lot of fun. One that we talked about last week that I showed very briefly is this top-down, bottom-up that is motorized. So right now we've got that bottom rail going. I'm going to make the top one go as well. And I'm going to stop both of them. So this is nice because say in a bathroom, if we had a big bathtub here and the window was high and kind of hard to reach, and we wanted to allow some light in, but we wanted to provide privacy, this is a terrific option for that. And we've done a number of windows just like that over bathtubs, hard to reach, and gives a really nice look to the bathroom. Let's talk about something that we could do for doors though with a cellular shade. A lot of you guys may not know, but you can actually put these over a sliding glass door. What? Yeah, come on, let me show you how. Right here, this is called a verticell. These things are really cool. It has a magnetic strip here, and they slide open and slide closed. You can have one fully closed and the other open. If we had a really big sliding glass door and we wanted to be able to just open one side so we could access the door to get out of it, this would be if our door, sliding glass door was split in the middle, then we'd have that ability. So this offers a lot of versatility to it. One of the coolest parts about this, though, is that regardless of how wide our shade is, this is always going to come back to 6.5 inches on one side. That's because of the mechanism that's up in the top that's allowing this to move back and forth requires that much space. So even if we have a large area that we're covering, cellular shades have such a tight stack that it will only have that 6.5 inches on one side. Let's come back over here just for a second. That's one thing that we do love to point out with the cellular shade is that these have, and I'm about to knock over all the coffee, is that these have a very tight stack at the top of the window. So even for long windows, we push that up, it's out of the way, we have our full view. That's a really nice feature for any window treatment, is to be able to maintain that view, to not have something that's going to stick down very far into your window. Cellular shades have a lot of different options when it comes to cell size. This is an 1.25 inch cellular shade. The standard that we do most often is what you see right here. That's called a large cell or a 3/4 inch cell. And with any light filtering material, what you'll want to consider when you are selecting color is the fact that you're going to have one look for the shade at nighttime. This is no light coming through. And then as we get light pouring through, and these windows here are tinted, so we're not getting the full amount of light, but you can see there that color is going to brighten up. These are all the different types of things that we're going to talk to you about as we're in your house, measuring and going through room to room, talking about what your needs are and expectations are and meeting those. So again, if you guys are interested in any window treatments, then drive on in, check us out here in our showroom, or you can give us a call, 706-745-0009. Or you can check us out on Facebook, you can send us an email, whatever you want to do. Katie, do we have any questions? All right, good. That is because I'm extremely thorough, and you've probably been very hypnotized by my dashing looks. So with that, folks, I'm going to sign off, but please do check us out. Again, we're right across the street from Mike's Seafood, and ask me about our cellular shades, because I'd love to tell you more. Hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you next week.